Prem Namaste and humble salutations. I'm Shridika Pillai and you are watching Sadhana, the Inward Path, right here on SABC3. Coming up later on in the show, we have our 3 signature offerings of conscious cooking, yoga for wellness, and the Ramayan, a blueprint for daily living. We also visit the Sri Lakshmi Narayan Mandir, Indonesia, to observe their chanting class. But first up, we meet Jawahir Nandha, a passionate Hindu sevak in the Western Cape. The Mother City, one of the most beautiful cities in the world, is a much-loved holiday destination for locals and internationals alike. Best known for exotic scenery and rich cultural history, Cape Town has also become a home to a thriving Hindu community. Be sure to catch our Hinduism in the Cape highlights as we unveil some of these gems nestled around Table Mountain. Today we feature Jawahir Nandha, a sevak with a passion who was so instrumental in uniting Hindus under the banner of the Hindu Association of the Western Cape.
I was born in a Hindu family, a very staunch and a very traditional environment where the values of how we respect our elders, making sure that our upbringing was very much to the dharmic culture was enshrined right from the start. Including the linguistics, understanding and speaking Gujarati, Hindi. We also made sure that prayer was an intrinsic part when we started our day. In fact, my dad used to say when you wake up in the morning, you hold your hands and you say Karagre Vaste Lakshmi. It means that look at your hands and this is what drives your day forward. I still do that practice. My mom used to tell me that when you come out of your bed, you must touch the Mother Earth and take blessings from Mother Earth. I still do that. It's a practice that I've held right from the time when I started back in Kenya. Pavanatanaya Sankataharana Mangalamurati Rupa Rama Lakhan Sita Sahita Hridaya Basahu Sarabhupa Shiyavar Ramachand Ki Jai Sharanam. I moved to South Africa with my brother in 1995. And when I moved, I found that Cape Town was quite unique because on one hand, I was brought up in a very cultural and traditional environment, very staunch. When I moved to Cape Town, it was very cosmopolitan. It was kind of very few activities, Hindu-related activities taking place. But although there were temples, so I started attending. The very first thing I said, where is the temple? So we started going to the temples, we started getting exposed to some of the festivals, Krishnastami, Ram Navami, the Diwali festival, all those things. So we contributed bits and pieces of our, and then because I was quite linguistic wise, I also spoke Hindi and Gujarati. I got the platform to kind of express some of the views in our mother tongue. So it kind of drew me to the community. Once the culture is enshrined in your blood, then no matter what you do, you see your dharma as part of you in every aspect that you do. That's basically the case in my case, that when I do any activity, that when I wake up in the morning, the values come into me without being somebody mentioning it to me. So it is already enshrined. Secondly, when I go out and I do the activity, there is always that spiritualism that sits in my body, mind and soul. So it kind of expresses itself and it adjusts. And as far as time and balancing the family life is concerned, because those value systems are already within you, they emphasize on family system, family role, community participation, even in your work environment where you take your work as your religious bread and butter. So you give in your 100% in whatever you do. The roots come from the World Hindu Conference, where at that time the committee that was formed in Cape Town was called the World Hindu Conference Cape Town Coordinating Committee. That carried on for a few years because it was we were trying to formalize the structures, get the constitution around it, formalize the positions at the leadership, and get the vision and the mission and the work that was ahead of us to kind of put it in a formal structure. Once that was done, and then the World Hindu Conference subsided, the structures came to an end in Durban, so did the structures in Western Cape. So then we changed our name from the World Hindu Conference Cape Town Coordinating Committee to the Hindu Association of the Western Cape. So since then, I've been the General Secretary of the organization, and one of our key aims is to be a unified voice for the Hindus, so that when we represent any event that is representative of different religions, then there is a unified voice that comes from the Western Cape. As individuals, temples and societies, we do our work in any case, and that goes ahead. But when we are on a platform where we are representing the Dharma, then there is one voice that comes through, and that's where HOC becomes, Hindu Association of Western Cape becomes very prominent. And that was also one of the aims, to have a singular unified voice of the Hindus in the Western Cape. In the Hindu Association Western Cape's calendar, we have three major events. One is the Diwali Festival of Lights, that brings all the organizations together, and the aim was to propagate Hindu Dharma amongst the locals, to make them understand that there is Hindu Dharma that exists in Western Cape. Because when we used to meet people, they used to greet us either Assalamu Alaikum, or they used to greet us good evening, good afternoon, or in their religious background. And people had no clue or no idea that there are Hindus that exist. So our role became, through an event like the Festival of Lights, we brought it to the platform, an international platform like the Waterfront, where we started exposing the Hindu Dharma to the public. And more importantly, it's the values, because the value system is across all religions. I come from a background which is a Swayam Sevak, meaning you are a volunteer. So I'm just one spark of the many sparks that exist in the Western Cape of the Hindu Dharma, and we are here to make a difference in the lives, especially of the Hindus, but again sharing, collaborating and integrating with other societies, because it's the common elements, the values that are enshrined in the Hindu Dharma that we want to share with the rest. And this particular song is about invoking the passion and the Hindu Ujala in us. So it goes like this. Ek saath uchar kare, hum aisa vyavahar kare, ek mantra ka ghosh kare, gunvanto vishwa aryam, gunvanto vishwa aryam. So what this song says is that we are the spark of that great dynasty that comes from the Aryan dynasty, spark of the Hindu Dharma, that our role in this world is to come, share and unite and make a difference, a positive difference in the lives of every human being that we encounter.